Be making basics.
What's going on, YouTube? Be Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're coming back to back with bangers. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you a simple way to mix R&B in Logic Pro 11. So I just pretty much brought my session in here. We have bass guitars, clap, we got a drum loop here, hi-hats, kick, and then we have some samples. So this is actually a very simple beat. But yeah, I wanted to just go ahead and mix this with y'all. So the BPM is 111. So that's the first thing we'll do is set the BPM. Make sure you bring the playhead all the way to the end of the beat. And then I already pretty much did this, but you want to kind of organize everything a certain way. So I like to have my drums at the top, then, you know, bass, and then your melody and stuff like that. So what I'll do here is basically come to where a good portion of the song is. So that's usually the hook. And I'm just going to come over here to the mixing window. Let's take these off like so. I'm going to turn all these down, and then we'll start like working on the levels. Okay, so leveling is really going to be balancing everything out, making sure everything, you can hear everything clearly. Nothing's too low, nothing's too high. So we're going to do that first here. All right, bet. So I feel like I got the levels pretty good. Initially when I get the levels, I just really just paying attention to my ears. I'm not really focused on if it's peaking here or not. You know what I'm saying? So I just get it sounding right first with my ears. make sure that my ears are not hearing any like distortion when I'm, getting the levels and stuff like that. But after I do that, if there is some distortion or if it is coming in a little too hot, so look, we can just listen. So that is kind of slightly high. I mean, you do want to leave some headroom here, at least like a negative 5 dB, 6 dB of headroom. So what I like to do after I get my levels is go ahead and put these tracks in groups. So I can either put like all the drums in a group by going to the output right here and busting it to an available auxiliary channel. Do the same with the bass, and then the same with these samples right here. And then this is going to give me a little bit more control over this mix. So now I can come over here and look, manually turn these down, just these whole groups. And now instantly we have some headroom for the track. So the next thing you want to do, and I was kind of doing a little bit here, is like pan. Really with this beat though, there's not a whole lot going on here. So like we can just kind of maybe push these the samples over just a little bit here like that, but there's not a whole lot of craziness going on. So we're just gonna skip past the panning part. There's not too much we can do outside of just some little stuff here and there. But what I want to do now is just subtractive EQing, and that's just going to make room for the track and clear it up. So we'll just basically taking frequencies out of certain tracks to make room for other frequencies. So say if you have like a low end sound right here and a high end sound, we're taking any of the low end sound out of the high end frequency so that this one can go through here clearly. Hopefully that makes sense, but I'll have to demonstrate it for those who are brand new. So like for instance, usually it's just gonna be over like your melody. I'll come over here. This is our frequency range from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Basically 500 hertz and lower is gonna keep kind of more so our low range, really 200 hertz and lower. So we'll kind of mess around with taking some of that out. So you can see here that kick, a big portion of it is between this 20 hertz and 200. So like a lot of times in your tracks, if you're kind of taking some of that out, and it's not gonna make this track sound thin, then that could be a good thing. So I'm just gonna do that here. And if you notice here, I'm really not taking EQ in every single track. Like obviously like the kick, the kick drum, the bass, those I'm keeping it, natural. And we're just taking the EQ out of certain ones. From here, I would say like, let's look into maybe doing a little bit of reverb. Instead of putting it directly onto your audio effects, I'm gonna just go ahead and send the reverb here. So we'll create a new bus. Boom, name that reverb. And then from here, I can put my reverb that I like on here, which is Valhalla Room. You can put whatever you want on here though. So you just kind of see what I did to this hi-hat. I just added another reverb on here and then just turn it down pretty low to where you can hear that there's some reverb on it, but it's not going to take over the mix. And I just like to sometimes put reverb on like some of the melody, and then put reverb on one of the elements from like the drums. And it don't have to be all of them, but just like something where this gives a little spice. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and listen to it with different speakers and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to just plug in my headphones, and that'll just give me another, take at everything. Plug that up. Come over here and make sure that everything is everything. So now I can listen to this again, make sure that this stuff is not too loud or whatever. Cool. Another thing I'm gonna do is just throw a plug-in on the stereo out. NX has these different plugins here. NX Ocean Way, NX Germain Studios. This is supposed to basically mimic being in a big boy studio environment. And that's a good sign that it sounded good on all of those. It sounded good once I had it over here on the speakers here. I feel like we're pretty much solid as far as the actual mix is. And if you look at this, it's not a whole lot that I did to it. Again, I could throw a bunch of plugins on here, but I'm only doing what's needed. Okay, I'm only doing what I feel like is needed. This looks super basic, but the mix sounds clean. Sometimes when you add too much stuff, man, it just creates more problems. And so that's why I try to lean more towards like minimalism. That's one of the things that used to hurt me when I was just getting started mixing, was I was doing too much. And then this would be a good example. I'll take this kick and I would just start throwing stuff on it, like a compressor. I didn't know that you only use a compressor if you need it. I didn't know that. I was putting compressor on everything when I first started. I didn't know how to use reverb. I didn't know when I should put it on or if I shouldn't. At first I was maybe putting it on certain instruments I shouldn't do it. Like obviously one rule of thumb, don't put it on the kick drum. Don't, it probably shouldn't go on the snare drum, at least not overwhelming. Those little things that we don't notice or don't know, and then applying the right amount, it's a lot of different things, man. But for the most part, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and bounce this down as is. I feel like it's solid. I wanted to make sure that like it wasn't distorting on any level, so it's not. And I'm just gonna go ahead and bounce this down. I changed the sample rate and the bit depth just to get the biggest amount of all of the different data, okay, without going too crazy. I mean, this is overkill. We don't even use this stuff here yet, or even the 32. Most of the systems don't even have the capability of handling that, so let's keep it there. What does this be called? Temptress. Yeah, so so this is gonna just be a better mix that I feel like get the attention more. So boom. Make sure y'all go to my website, man, beatmakingbasics.com. We have full video courses that have anywhere from, I'll say, probably like 15 to 30 videos in each of the courses. Unless you get the, one of them courses that just has one video. It's like a beginner starting course. But, man, check out beatmakingbasics.com, y'all. I put a lot of work into the courses, put a lot of work into the site. I promise you, man, you're not going to be disappointed, especially if you're a beginner. I'm giving you game that I wish I had when I was first starting. Game that can easily unlock some things for you, unlock some doors. Because anybody who wants to produce, you have a not natural God-given talent. You have that raw talent there. You have a good ear. You just need somebody to help polish up your sound, somebody to help, hey, this is how you open this up, or hey, this is where this stuff is right here, and this is how you do this, and this is how you do that. You just need someone to put the stuff all together for you, and that's what I'm here to do, especially if you're a beginner. So check out my site. Don't sleep on those resources. They're going to help you and help save a lot of money and time for you. You know what I'm saying? So grab that stuff. Also, take a look at our channel perks. It's only $3 a month, and you know, from time to time I'll drop exclusive videos. A lot of times it'll be like silent cookups, but sometimes I might give some game or some jewels, some stuff that I wouldn't post on the main channel. So make sure you check that out as well. And if you're brand new, if nothing else, get subscribed. I mean, we have over 1,000 free videos that you can watch here on our channel. Over 1,000 free videos. So just depending on wherever you are, you know what I'm saying? If you want to scour through all of those 1,000 videos to try to learn, do that. You know what I'm saying? It's free. You want to get some more exclusive stuff, get the perks. If you really want to skip the whole line, don't want to have to go through all these videos on my channel or other people's channels, you want to get a course that has everything all packaged together for you, go to my site, beatmakingbasics.com. We also have loop kits, sound kits, melodies, and all that type of stuff. We also have a mixing template. Man, I'm telling you, mixing used to be like something I would struggle with majorly. And I put together this mixing template that will drastically help you if you're just having issues learning how to mix. So go to the site and check all that stuff out. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end the video. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you in the next one. We're out.